Hello everyone, welcome back to Oblivion. Last time we set up an ambush. Let's see if we can actually make it work. Now, something I will say about this game sneaking system that also runs into issues with, well, the other Elder Scrolls games, the detection meter, it also counts your friends, so if your friends see you, you can get worried about, oh, will the enemy see me? And you know, that's no good. It wasn't playing the noise. Oh nice, he does have an AoE heal. I swear the last time I played his AoE heal was actually not functional, but I guess they changed that, which is in a patch or something, which is really, really good. It being non-functional made him a lot... made him very annoying. Like a braggart, almost.
Good day. Goodbye.
Alright. I'm not sure they help you once you go in, though. I know all of them survived.
Your presence here will not be tolerated.
Yeah. Here we go. Oh. Will this one actually have potions to loot? Yes, they will. It seems like the ones outside don't have any loot on them. I'm not sure why. Maybe I just rolled badly, but most of the others seem to have loot, so... maybe something about those specific necromancers. It's kind of annoying, I'll say that, but... it's not really bad, I guess? Just sort of... eh. One thing I will say is good about necromancers, loads of potions.
Is that the best you can do?
Well... considering I just two-shot you... I don't know. Let's keep the local map up. It's not as important as it was in Morrowind because, well, Quest Arrow, but yeah. So there's two ways. Let's go the wrong way. It's got a lock too, which means I'm either supposed to go here later if I was early on, or this is just supposed to be locked really well. Because technically, even with minimum level lock picking, if you're good enough to pick a max level lock. I'd say it's damn near impossible, but it is theoretically something you can do. Like, you could theoretically go through this entire game with one lockpick. I would not suggest trying this, by the by. Also, I'm pretty sure this is how you open the door to this little... I can't remember if these are the caskets or something else. Yeah, these are reliquaries, not caskets. Ooh, water walking. Yeah, it looks like they both lead to the same place. Ooh, broken stones, gimme. Ah, there's a problem. Hello, problem.
You're pathetic.
Yeah, missing 2 attacks in a row is pretty pathetic. I'll give you that, sir. Not one of my better showings. Not at all. Alright. Block you, give you a good smack. Block you, give you a good smack. That really is what this system boils down to in combat. anyone over here that I can murder or any loot I can grab? Looks like no and no on both counts. I might have missed something over here. There is this. Where's this go? Because it's not where I'm supposed to go, but you know me. I will take... Sometimes loot chests do actually have useful items after all. I was worried about that falling apart under me because that's one of the devs' favorite places. One shot, but you couldn't actually kill me. Magic pants are not something I need. Sorry, game. And this, I can't actually wear pants under my armor. It does kind of make sense, but that doesn't make it less irritating. Oh, look, we have that bug back again. Lovely. How do you get through here, it seems? This door is opened remotely. Those objects are obviously have something to do with it. Perhaps one of these has a button on it. I don't actually remember this bit. Of course, there's always the workaround. Can I do that? Like how I skipped a lot of the dungeon in the Helm of the Crusaders place? Also, these are stone benches, which is kind of weird, honestly. I don't really think of... Oh yeah, I do have enough jump to do that. Nice. The uses of high acrobatics, everyone. Being able to just bypass puzzles by somehow changing direction in midair. I guess I grab onto the rock somehow or something and swing myself around? It's kind of cool that I can do that. Willing to bet that there's something in here, though, that actually lets me solve it, so let's take a look. Ah! Skill increase. How do I get up there? There doesn't seem to be a way to get up there. If I climb onto here... and go just a bit forward... What I'm trying to do is jump on that actual metal bit with the Wokenstone thing. It might be better from here to here to here to here to here. Yeah, you need to get up here. But I'm not sure how you do that. Well, I've already jumping puzzled my way up. Let's see if it's just Cylorn's the door sill. Alright. Like I said, high acrobatics, very helpful later on. It doesn't do much early on. Heck, it doesn't do anything early on, I think. It's like tiny buffs, but... You guys have seen just now how really useful it can be in certain dungeons. It's no joke. Alright, let's see if I know this shock burst spell or whatever. The shocking burst. Yeah, I'll learn it. And I hear it, the sound of it being cast. What's this door go to? Cylorn Sid Orselli, and I'm willing to bet this is also Cylorn Sid Orselli. Yep. Which means the arrow for this mission is a bit misleading. No wonder I was being confused. Well, it worked out. Yeah. So you have to go through Cylorn Sid Orselli. Not really interested in that, though. I just want to grab this up and go home, because there is something I very much want to rant about in the Mage's Guild questline that's going to happen.
To arms!
So far, I like the Mage's Guild questline. As I have said, it starts out quite strong, with the various guilds and all their individual problems, the fact that you can solve them all. It's got a nice tie into the actual real issue of the Necromancers in the form of the Man with the Black Soul Gems. Up until now, it's been pretty darn cool about most things. I'm not sure why that is. Do they expect me to go, oh, it must be a trap because of things, or... really, like, they don't even really need to have a cage here. Oh! Whoa! 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 Right then. Valkar's Key, Colossal Black Soul Gem. Whoa. You also had a Dagger of the Inferno. What did you do? In general, the way to determine enchantments is their base form and then their name, like dagger, like X of the Inferno, X of the Blaze, X of the hooda blue blue blue. Alright, this one is 20 points of fire damage on strike. I'm not going to keep it for obvious reasons. I don't really care, but it is good to know. Alright. Yay, more lockpicking. I'm wondering why my skill isn't going up very much. I don't actually think it's going up. These are actual Side attacking because I want to try and just take them out quickly. Oh, I paralyzed you! Those plug out of it when they paralyze sometimes. Oh god, zombie, get away! Your normal race is not a boy attack, so if I take you out, that's significantly faster. I will strongly recommend this general build. I'm using a very high constitution, just overall. Not the grounds of it being skillful to play, but like, it's very hard to actually lose with this build simply because you have so much health. You're not going to get anything done quickly, but well, look how little damage I'm taking from just basically a very aggressive fighter. Which normally isn't too good an idea because you have to think about the balance between attack and defense. But if you have so much defense you don't even give a shit, yeah. What the hell? How did I do that? Okay, I did this recording at least. I'm not sure why I did that. Astral Vapor. What does that mean? Alright, take your ectoplasm, take your mort flesh, get the hell out. So now I'm annoyed. I'm not really annoyed, but that was a bit of a long fight. Felt like kind of a waste of time in its own way. I do miss the ability to dispose of corpses, but I also kind of don't at the same time. I didn't want your sword. Get out of here, sword. Let's see what that disease does. It should be in here. Stunted Magicka. Oh, yuck. And weakness to magic when I'm fighting in the Mages Guild. And Stunted Magicka means I don't regenerate. Okay, I should have some cure disease potions. It's can't be that rare, right? I think they're called Potion of... Yep. Go, go, go. My Magicka is no longer stunted and it will regenerate. There's actually a way to get Stunted Magicka just from the start. It's the Atronach perk, but that also gives you an enormous amount of spell absorption. It's one of the few ways to make yourself actually immune to spell damage. Because if you stack spell absorption to 100, you can actually... It's a percentage-based ability, not a point-based ability, so... That actually means you can flat-out become immune. Just immune to incoming magic damage. I don't think I need to explain how very helpful that is. Haha. You're too slow. What did that do, anyway? Never figured out how to disable these things. You can't seem to smack them like you can the soul gems in Skyrim. Why did I forget what Skyrim was called for a moment? And then again, that seemed to turn that off, so maybe that was what that switch did. I say I haven't figured how to turn them off, and then it seems to turn off or stop working. One of the two. How amusing. Alright. Where the hell am I now? Ah, clever. Verticality. Something very rarely seen in the Oblivion levels due to the removal of levitation. I like it. Well, I could have dropped down there. Always go in the strange places, because it'll often have loot. Granted, the loot for this place was not that impressive, but I do occasionally spend gold, even these days, where I don't really need to upgrade my equipment ever again. Seriously, after a certain point, gold basically just becomes a measure of, okay. Like, I could legitimately just throw away 100,000 gold pieces, and I don't think I'd ever have any issue, even if I didn't go loot hoarding again like I usually do. Because I do love my loot. I don't think anyone who's watched this Let's Play will deny that I am a gigantic looter. Okay, where did I start and where did I... Alright, here we go.
Ah!
I have the gem, ladies and gentlemen.
Well met. Not only... Bye.
You've got the gem?
Yep.
Get it back to Traven immediately, or else this whole attack was a waste.
Okay.
Well met, guildmate.
Alright, let's get back to Traven and give him this colossal black soul gem. After all, retrieving hugely evil artifacts that designed to trap human souls is perfectly reasonable for an Archmage to want. Especially when the Mages Guild has had many notable traitors, including in the higher ranks. What could possibly go wrong? Also, good grief, it is so nice to have good acrobatics and moving around speed. It was so annoying to move, and just the basic bits of the game, the starting area, because if you don't invest in speed and stuff there, it is just so long until you get good stuff. But we have it.
Go. Find... I've not always been happy with the standards of conduct in the Mages Guild, but Hannibal Traven's reforms are quite encouraging.
Either that or he's got a massive ego, but tasks.
There is only one task with which you should be concerned. Intercept that soul gem before it reaches Manimarco's hands.
I wonder what the soul gem was meant to do for Manimarco.
Dedicated to the last. I cannot thank you enough for bringing the gem here. I have need of it immediately. We have much to speak of and very little time. A new task awaits you, and it is by far the most important you have been entrusted with.
Okay, seriously, if they're trying to make Traven sound like he's about to go, ha ha! I am the King of Worms in disguise! Wah ha 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 ha! They're doing it well.
Are you truly prepared for this task? I cannot be certain what awaits you, but I am sure we will not speak again after you begin.
I'm ready.
Then hear me, and hear me well. Manimarco will have what he seeks, but it will be his undoing at your hands. With this gem in your possession, you will be impervious to his attempts to enthrall you. When he fails, that is when you shall strike.
Okay.
When we are done speaking, you will take this gem, you will then seek out Manimarco and destroy him.
All right.
Get to him any way you can. It is your only hope for defeating him. I have full confidence in you, and so I leave the guild in your care. When I am gone, you will be recognized as Archmage and leader of the guild.
All right.
Lead your fellow mages and lead them well. The future rests on your shoulders. Farewell, my friend.
What? Yes, Hannibal Traven just committed suicide in front of us. Now this robe is actually rare and unique, so take it, but you want that soul gem. Yeah. That's what he was planning. To essentially turn his own soul into a shield for you. So you can kill the King of Worms. And, you know, that's cool too. Let's get to Echo Cave. Closest place is Boreal Cave. Thankfully, I've been there before. The advantages of actually having to explore a bit. Alright, not seeing anything significant around here aside from that bear who won't screw with me because of my magical shoes. Whee! Boots of Kinnereth. Technically called the Boots of the Crusader, I think. I don't think they keep the Boots of Kinnereth name. Boots of the Crusader, yeah. But still. Actually, while it's not really needed, yeah. Again, this isn't really needed, and you will see why. Unless, of course, my memory is completely false, and all of my grumping about the end of this quest line is completely stupid. Which would make me look like a bloody fool, but I'd be happy to be made look like a bloody fool and have my memory be false, because I would much rather like something about a game than dislike it. Shocker, I know. Hello. Can you talk to me, or...?
You would dare to approach the King of Worms?
Yes, Mr. Greenface.
If you seek an audience with His Grace, you must open this door.
Okay.
I hold the key, and I will die defending it. Ha!
Yes. Yes, you will. Goodbye. Let's go. We face the King of Worms. Imperial Battle Mage. Anamarco. One of the moons of the world.
Ah! Ah!
Defenses.
Ha! Ha! Ha!
Alright, I have the soul, so I can recharge my gear. You actually restore more here than on the other weapon. Alright, you though I can't soul trap.
Ah! Ah!
I understand why Mage AI runs away, but I really would like it if there were some actual battle mage enemies in the game. Like, not just the Imperial Battle Mage, which you can fight, but there's never any reason to, unless you're being evil. But actual bloody battle mage type enemies, like, I actually wield an armor, actually have armor, and I wield a sword at the same time type enemies. Rather, I have armor and type enemies. Good. Whoa, that person had a lot of health. And they're running away like hell to let their creations kill me. Perhaps I hit the wrong person then, or maybe the bar didn't go down quickly enough. Sometimes it does that, it's annoying. Also, wow, my health. As always, technically more efficient to use the 2-mana one, but that slows down the Let's Play a lot, so it's pretty boring. Another advantage of high speed is that you can just go, I'm going to run around my enemies and not actually care. Where did you... little... Back here! Alright, that Necromancer is dead. Alright, disarm please. Okay, lots of undead there. Back off, heal, because most undead are fairly slow. It's one of the advantages I have right now that I'm actually faster. You don't normally have that as a heavy armor character, but Master Heavy Armor means that you don't take weight penalties. You're effectively running around naked for the purposes of moving. Here's one of the details I like. Heavy armor makes you move slower, and it does cause some interesting decisions to make, but the fact that you can cancel it out later on does make it a bit of a early game issue, shall we say. The Warrior's Charge. Conjuration skill increased. I don't think that book is actually talking about anything that's vaguely sensible. Also, since the AI is terrible at climbing, probably because a lot of the climbing isn't really intended, I guess. Also, why'd the music stop? Really, game? Sitting up here and just bombarding these guys with various spells is a completely valid option. I just figured I should point that out. I also heal myself up a bit, because these could be a bit dangerous if one of those skeletons is to summon. Nope, one of them's a summon. The Guardian summons another summon. Or Champion summons a Guardian. Zombies are a very big source of disease, by the way, so cure disease potions are important when fighting them. Just one of those things you should know that's a bit of a minor detail. Never really gets pointed out anywhere, though it does make sense that, you know, getting smacked by a rotting corpse is going to leave some nasty shit in its wake. I looted that necromancer. Ah. But now we can actually go back to Umbra. Start recharging my weaponry. I will say they throw quite a few undead at you. Like, nothing that makes you feel like you're stomping your way through a horde. It's very hard to simulate horde killing in Oblivion. Generally, it's really annoying and kind of frightening to be outnumbered. Just because you're going to get hit with so many attacks if you even try to block that it just makes you continuously stagger. So, you either have to be able to kill hordes, you'd either need some very large area of effect spells, and that would mean you'd be forced into being a mage, or spending a lot of money on scrolls. Neither of those are really good game design decisions. Also, I remember that I need to recharge my thing again. There goes that skeleton and this necromancer. One of two.
Let's get this over with.
Two. I do find it interesting that necromancers don't seem to have any ranks like some bandits do. Like, it'd be cool if there are necromancers who could just summon liches and stuff, though it would be kind of annoying, because liches can also summon other undead. And then you start running into the solar chain gating problem. Liches were just an example, though. And again, there's not really that many varieties of undead, I suppose. Like, it's not the Draugr problem, but it's not really all that many undead. No bone walkers. I always really did like bone walkers just because the idea of just an animate pile of bones is cool. Like, it makes complete sense. And it's not just a generic skeleton. I think this is Manimarco. No, there's multiple people here. Two necromancers. Not before. We'll kill them. There's no real significant changes to this pattern. Hunt down the wizards, kill them and their creations so it can actually deal damage. This is all apart. For a group so hyped up, they're very easy to just completely demolish. Now granted, that might be different, because I usually go for this tanking build because I know how to use it. It might be different if you're a mage, but I've never really played mage much in Oblivion. Like I said, this is my least played game. I still know a bunch of random little crap about it, but give me money. And even with my increased looting issue, my increased standards of looting, I've still got 7.6k above the 100,000 gold pieces that I stopped myself at. Like, it's kind of silly how much money you can make just casually. Oh, hey, one necromancer, because obviously that's more dangerous than the two necromancers I've been facing on the rig. Oh, there's the second one. Hello! 2 power attacks and you die. Like I said. At least I'm getting plenty of potions and scrolls out of this. I'm not going to lack for those for a while. Remember when I cleared out that one day quest? Just crapped potions everywhere. Just drowned me in the damn thing, so I was getting like 20 or 30 an enemy killed. I still have a huge stockpile from that, to be honest. There's so many potions. Now, I think the red arrow being here means that Echo Passages isn't going to be the place with Mana Marco in it, so I'm not going to get too... We have mooks to kill, which means Umbra, so I can recharge my stuff. Smack you! Smack you! Alright, capture the soul. What do I charge? Probably the Blade of the Crusader. Thank goodness for being able to scroll that by hand, eh? And the hell? The heck? Okay, neither of them actually need recharging, so I should probably save for a little while. Okay. You can see how much damage from the maximum rank of skeletons. Last weapons, nonetheless, which are very high ranking, can do to me. Very little damage. Right now, my health is 487. I got hit once, 486. I hit again, 484. This guy dealt 2 damage for 1 hit with a great sword as a max rank skeleton. It's very hard to damage a late game character when they're built like I am. I just have so much damage reduction, so much shielding, so much extra armor that even wearing me down is a really ineffective and slow method of killing me. Best way of killing a character like this is teasing me like running away and shooting repeatedly. You've seen that mages are when they do that. Spamming things like that knockdown when it happened on me. That'd definitely be a problem. Or just being a cheesy mage. Because right now, I just stat everything so much that it's kind of disgusting in its own odd way, if that makes sense. It's like what I was saying about Morrowind, only I don't know if Shivering Isles is a similar difficulty spike to Blood Moon, where all of my broken and powerful and max statted out equipment went from, I can just casually waltz into anywhere and demolish everything, to, oh shit, I'm actually getting hurt. Quite a lot. And I need to actually take out enemies on 1v1 and heal, and use my supplies, and spend my money. And... Oh, you're just generic necromancers. Ah, yeah, so we're going to die instantly. I don't care about the soul gem thing, damn it. Gimme. Gimme. Yeah, I'm so much more vulnerable to spells than melee damage. If it weren't for the fact that a lot of enemies these days can do the reverse power, I'd say I could take on pretty much anything in close combat. Again, there's also the staggering issue that I've mentioned, but I do have very heavy armor, so I could probably just slowly smack my way through most things at this point. Now, why do you ask, am I bringing this up now, in the middle of Echo Cave, at the end of an entire quest chain? Yeah, I'm hoping there's not a reason for me doing this. I'm hoping this is all just me being an idiot. That time dulled my memory, that I'm just a forgetful bugger who just doesn't really know what he's doing. Also, level up, yay. Luck max, thank you. Agility and speed, thank you. Now, luck is maximized. Screw with luck, it's a really good stat. Like, it doesn't do anything amazing individually, like, you're not going to see huge returns, but... Echo Necromancer's Chamber. Ah, there are higher level necromancers. Necromancer Adept is here. Very nice. They don't seem to have much more health, though. Alright. In case the giant boss arena wasn't clear enough, that's the final thing in this area. That man over there is Manimarco, the King of Worms. Looks simple, doesn't it? Someone so hyped up as a necromantic god. It looks so simple. Just a guy. Just a guy. I suppose is what he started as. Just an ordinary human in arena. The game. Just started as a guy. Some guy. I think I've read Volume 3, but mostly you find Volume 5, so I might not have read Volume 3. Huh. Ah, you're all actual forces! Good. Give me your souls! You will fall. Fall, 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 forever and ever. Again, does any of my gear actually need recharging? You need about 300, you need about 200. I'll still try and soul trap the Soldier Champion, though. Not any real damage, except for simply... in case I have a Soldier. Instead of have more souls, so I'm in a situation where I don't have a loot that I can get slapped with my loot. Get my loot charged, rather. Loots don't really have good loot at this stage of the game. Honestly, there's very little good loot at this stage of the game. There's lockpicks, I guess, if you don't have the skeleton key, but I do. There's always potions and scrolls. I've yet to find potions and scrolls stopping me. Recharging everything. I think it's one of the good changes. Morrowind. I'd love it if they also kept recharging magic items. That would make soldiers. Let's face it, Morrowind soul gems were a bit useless. Now they're being useful here is kind of annoying. They could compensate with that rarity. Last time anyone ever saw a major soul gem outside of a shop where it was assured Morrowind. But I ramble. What do you do? Pretty scary effect. Good thing no one shot me with it. Did I loot you? Apparently. Or you had no bones. No bone meal, rather. A skeleton with no bones. Otherwise known as a ghost. Not much of interest. You could have at least had some food or something, man, Marco. King of Worms, rot. Then again, maybe he rots it all, because King of Worms, like, worms live in rotten food, right? I don't actually usually let my food rot as well. Yeah. Well then. I do like the design of the place. It's a nice mixture of creepy and actual cave. The actual caves are pretty damn creepy themselves. So, Wormlord. Your very existence offends Arche, one of he I am sworn to. Simply the fact of who you are and what you do. There's a good argument to simply say that you are wrong.
I see Bolor was unsuccessful in delaying you. Very well. I shall reanimate him once we are done here. Perhaps we shall chat for a while, since you really have no other options. I must say, I expected Archmage Traven, rather than his star pupil. I am disappointed to see that he could not face me himself.
You're supposed.
I have met so many of his predecessors over the years. I developed a particular fondness for Galerion, ill-preserved though he may be. But here you are instead, skilled enough to make it this far, which speaks volumes about you. Perhaps you'll be as useful to me as Traven would.
This man is supposed to be a human, not an elf. First off. Like, I like that he paralyzes you as his first action. That's something I can respect. Good evil overlordness, but you're supposed to be a human, Manimarco. And also a lich, not an elf that's pretty clearly alive. Or at least not blatantly undead. You're supposed to be really, really fucking old, even if you're a really good necromancer. And again, he does have that sort of wrinkle around his face that Oblivion uses to define you as old, because obviously actually making you look old is really difficult. Not sure I can talk while paralyzed, but whatever.
Oh, my dear. I didn't mean to imply that you have a choice.
Stereotypical villain?
I will make you another in a long tradition of worm thralls, and take my time in studying you. Your very soul will be forfeit to me.
Alright. What?
Power, my dear friend. I seek power. And so I acquire and study those who have some degree of it. We are after the same things, your guild and I. Yet you worry about good and evil, and do not accept their manifestations of the same thing. So you brand me a villain, and make vain attempts to destroy me. I watch, and I wait, and I collect you when you come for me. Instead of drawing Traven out, I have received you instead. Perhaps I shall personally go and collect him when we are done here.
Alright.
Ha! You'll never take me down!
Now we have to fight with Marco! King of Worms! Overwhelmed badass! Also what he does is try and fight you with a dagger. A generic silver dagger, unleveled and unenchanted. Now his only impressive deed is raising that bone barrier you briefly saw around the island. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the boss fight of an entire, very well built up character who just... It goes so well and then it just falls flat at the end so hard you can use it as an objective measurement of flat. Like... He's the King of Worms! His first action, paralyze you. That's scary as hell, because if you play the game for any length of time, you know how bad paralysis is. And he just casually slaps it out on you. No fuss, no muss, no save, you're frozen, and he talks to you. And he threatens to thrall you, and the only reason you're going to survive is because you have the Colossal Black Soul Gem, and then it's filled, and then he just crumples like glass. Like, there's nothing really interesting about fighting Manimarco. And I shouldn't be able to say that. I should not be able to say that the King of Worms is a boring fight. for him, he will beat your face. When you first kill him, there's that whole time-stopping segment it's just holy shit. And you just go, wow, that's really impressive. And Mannimarco just is a tougher necromancer. That's it. That's it. That is all he is. There's no special abilities for the King of Worms, no grand power at his fingertips. He's just a tougher necromancer. That is it. A tougher necromancer. Nothing more than that. That man was one of the very major antagonists of Daggerfall. He was one of the biggest players possible there. One of the ones responsible for the warp in the West, where the entirety of reality was sundered by one of his actions. He is part of why a dragon break occurred. And then there's this. A guy who's just a tougher necromancer. Just a tougher necromancer. I know I repeat that a lot, but it's just so disappointing after he gets built up so much. After his minions are everywhere and seem to be tearing the Mages Guild apart. After some of the very own mages go, shit, there's no way we can win this, we're going to get demolished. And then he's just a tougher necromancer. Like, even his words, even if his model doesn't fit, are kind of horrifying. And he just... There is so much that can be done with Mannimarco. There is so much. He is the King of Worms. Arch Necromancer. He is a mage of almost unprecedented power. The first Imperial Battle Mage. He is an amazingly powerful and important figure in the fluff. And he just sort of... just... crumples. There's no grand fight. There's no awesome scene. He just raises a bunch of bone spikes around you. Around the arena. Maybe if there was like a 2-stage fight where he'd test you and go, I see this pupil of Traven's is adequate for my collection. I suppose I shall make him a substitute. Paralyze you, try to thrall you after another conversation, and then just do the same thing as they did there? That'd be cool! That would at least establish him as something of a threat. He's just...
Archmage, you have returned. Mannimarco has been defeated? I can hardly believe it. The King of Worms is no more!
Yeah, he's a wimp.
I received a note from Archmage Traven. I know what he did for us and that he selected you to take his place. I will mourn for him during my own private time. For now, I cannot help but rejoice. You have brought safety to the guild, and I thank you. I've already sent word to all the local guild halls that you are now in charge. Congratulations, Archmage.
What a hollow title.
Milona Umbranox is back. Goodbye.
What a hollow title. Also, I thought you didn't get these, but apparently you do. They're fairly enchantable cloth, that's about it. But... the questline is so good, but the final boss is so pathetic. Also, as Archmage, you get your own altar of spellmaking, and I believe that Nirn root recharges. It's just... all that build-up, all that cool, all that interesting writing, and just... it just flops. Remember when we read the Tale of Avar Stonesinger and performed it in Blood Moon? Remember how interesting that was, to be walking through mythic steps, even if the system perhaps made them less impressive than it could be? This is cool, it foreshadows some of Skyrim. I suggest you look up and read Children of the Sky, but we don't really have the time for it. I'm just kind of sad. They could have done so much. They could have done so very much with the King of Worms. God is that.
Well met.
Let's talk
As the
about this.
Archmage, you are entitled to certain privileges. In addition to the full use of all guild facilities, there is one service available to you. Juliana Fanis has long served Archmage Traven in collecting alchemical ingredients for his personal research. As the new Archmage, I'm sure she'll extend the service to you as well. At your convenience, consult her at the Lustratorium.
Archmage.
Be seen.
I am so very, very bitter about that title. Archmage. I understand the gameplay mechanics that mean the sword-swinging nut job that I am with the side of restoration can qualify for Archmage, but... coupled to what... just how pathetic Manimarco is... yeah. Like, really? How are you supposed to take him seriously after that?
A pleasure to... The time... Ah, yes. Archmage Traven was quite fond of making potions in his spare time. So much so, in fact, that it became difficult for me to meet his needs. I finally accommodated him by enchanting a very special chest for him. You'll find it in the Archmage's quarters. Once a week, place a single ingredient in the chest. After 24 hours, you'll find a sizable quantity of the ingredient available for use. Do be prompt in collecting them, however. Anything left in the chest for a full week will be destroyed. And before you ask, yes, this only works with ingredients. Be very careful in what you place in that chest. I can't be held responsible. If you come across
Very
any...
simple. But...
Ah, you must...
Good to see you.
you know what?
I am at your...
Send off. What power do I get today? Because it certainly doesn't matter otherwise. So, Archmage. I wish it was better. I wish I could say good things about the end of this quest line. Because I do like the starting parts of it. The rewards you get from it are pretty cool. I'm a little sad that you can't keep the Bloodworm Helm or the amulet, though. At least have a quest to find them somehow, but, you know. A lot of cool, a lot of interesting, and ended by the finest necromancer who ever lived or will live, fighting mostly with a dinky, unenchanted silver dagger. He always uses that, you know. He doesn't have a leveled system for his dagger, he's just got this dinky little silver dagger. Just a little knife. That's his main weapon. Not his spells, not his minions, not his magical powers, just a dagger. That's the power of the King of Worms here. Been so hyped up for so long. All he's got is a dagger. That's all he's got. The early stages are good. The middle is good. Everything up to the end is good. After the end is good. But the end of this quest line, it makes everything so hollow. You can understand intellectually how he's a threat if he can just thrall you and paralyze you casually, but it's an intellectual understanding with how utterly unimpressive he is personally. Utterly disgustingly bad it is. Just no. I'll say that flat out. For all the good bits of this quest line, I'm going to say that I don't like the Mage's Guild as a quest line because of how absolutely, utterly garbage that fall is. It's just, I cannot put up with it. I do not like it. I will not approve of it. I will not compliment it. It is just quite simply that bad. Next time, we're going to be moving on into a quest line that, well, it doesn't start out quite as strong as the Mage's Guild, but it does at least have a bit of a better ending. So, admittedly, I've taken cursed near any ending over what we got here. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please leave them in the comment section below, or in the threads in Space Battles, and sufficient velocity that will be left in the description. And for now, goodbye.